tough day. Really proud of the team. We knew we had a tough North Georgia team. We talked about it in here yesterday before we left. I thought we came out in the first game, and again, Tatum does what she does and allowed us to lurk around, kind of play mature. They had the home run to start with, but stayed cool and came back and had the big swing and able to get us to a game 2. And we talked about in the 10 out there, just wasn't able to get going offensively. All the things that we felt like bringing our game to Chattanooga and looked like what we did to get here. I thought we played great defense. I thought we pitched the ball amazing, and just pressed at the plate and a little bit uncharacteristic of some of the at-bats that we'd had to get here. And credit to North Georgia, a really good team that made it tough and added that pressure. And all these players on our team wanted to be the one to do that, and that pressure mounts as you go in that setting when you get closer to the end. But I couldn't be more proud of them. Tatum threw outstanding, came back in that game and was just incredible today. Just really proud. We told the girls out there that it's hurtful now because the season's over. We talked to our seniors, and Grace is one of our seniors, been with us, going to be a school teacher. And so we talked about, they don't wake up every day super excited about double front toss or pregame. They wake up excited about keeping the band together and getting to hang out at practice. So we were told the seniors we're going to miss them, and just knowing that the band wouldn't be together the same again. The band has to change. So that's the sad part of the season coming to an end, was the fact that this group doesn't get to practice and spend more and more time together. But we're proud of them. We're proud of the seniors and where they're headed next. We're proud of this team. 62-6 is just incredible, and there may be 20 years of UT Tyler softball trying to chase what this team did, and it's just hard to have that perspective at the moment with the hurt and the sadness, but it'll come in. So I'm very proud of them, proud of the season, the growth of this team from where we started, we laughed about earlier, to where we are now. The journey of this team will be one that's, as they put this season up on the shelf, they can be super proud of.
Coach, back-to-back appearances in the national semifinals, what an accomplishment on top of the record that you mentioned. But this team, as you have mentioned throughout the years, a little bit different than teams in years past. It seems like you guys had a lot more fun, especially just during this week last year. I think you had some fun last year, but this week the team was smiling the whole time. Grace is smiling right now. Just talk a little bit about the week itself and the joy that you had with your team throughout your experience here in Chattanooga.
There's different theories on why I'm softening up. Some attribute to my daughter who's 10. I attribute to my old age. This team did. I mean, like I said, we had to talk or whatever, and we felt like we had to enjoy the journey a little bit more. And that was as much for me to hear as it was for them. And so they did. This group taught me a lot about it. Like I said, spike ball and kick ball and different things that there's more than one way to get here, and you can enjoy it more. And even this week, just going about it a little bit, trying not to add any pressure. And every team, you ebb and flow of what they need from you, and this group allowed us to relax a little bit more and enjoy each other's company a little bit more. And it really made the journey. And we're in a destination in business, unfortunately, but the journey. This group made us appreciate the journey more. I think that's what they'll take with them.
Tatum, all the wins you had this year, but today, Shea O'Leary threw really well. So did you, but whenever you look at such an accomplished season like you've had, and you look at your compadre, if you will, and Shea O'Leary, the year that she had as well, just talk a little bit about Shea and what she brought to this team for her 1 year as a Patriot.
She brought, a spark and a fire, and having her alongside me as a pitcher and a player and everything, like she truly loves the game, and she loves her teammates with us. And honestly, I can't tell you who the louder cheer is in the dugout. You're out there and you hear her screaming as loud as she can, and she puts it all out there. And I'm so happy that she chose to come and play her last year at UT Tyler, because she has brought a lot to the table and has set a standard for pitchers as well.
What does Tatum Goff going to work on over this offseason to continue such a great career in the circle here at UT Tyler?
Just continue to get healthy. working, practicing. I want to help, some of the girls back in Rusk just help do pitching lessons. And so I believe that teaching other people how to like pitch, that also helps you mentally like learn how to pitch. And so that's just something to just do better with on my part, and then just start getting ready for next year.
Swinging again, right?
Swinging it again, yes. That is one of my
She's been
main-
reminding me of that for 3 weeks. Yes, that's
Grace,
the
one
process.
of the seniors on this team, and you've been a part of a lot here at UT Tyler, from a transition to such immense success here in the first 3 years as a Division II program. What have you, I guess, if you had to look back on it, what are you going to take most from your experience at UT Tyler?
Oh my gosh, there's so much. You learn so much just being a student athlete at UT Tyler. You learn skills that you can take into your profession. So I know showing up early, that's one of the important things. I'm going to take that into teaching. I know that for sure. And just giving all you got, working as a team, all these skills that you learn in this program, the culture and everything, you take that into your next steps. This team, this program is so special. I've learned so much in the 4 years that I've been here, and I know everyone else has been too.
Grace really stands for what the program's about. Selfless servant leadership. Willing to do anything for anyone. It's never about what's in it for Grace, which is going to make her a great teacher. It's going to make her a great friend. It's going to make her a great everything. So she really stands for what we're trying to do and how we're trying to do it. And so that's why I want her in today.
Justin there.
Yeah, I actually would like to start with Coach Rick. I've got a question for the players. I'd like to start with Coach. We've done a few of these press conferences this week, and one thing that's come through, no matter who you've got next to you when you're Utah coach, is the character of your team. Can you just start off just talking about that aspect of your team and the players that you have in that dugout this year?
One of the stories we talked about at the beginning was that, they said at the banquet the other night was picking up the pennies, and being willing to bend over and pick up a penny. It may not make you rich, but the habit of picking up will. So I think the character and the group of willing to do things and the discipline to do things that maybe others, and it gets harder and harder to do as we go. I think that's something I'm proud of. I think if you're around our group, if you're around them in any setting, they're going to be super respectful in how they carry themselves and the character by which they do things. And Dr. Calhoun, our president, just spoke with them and talked to them about that and how proud the school was of who they are and how they do it. As much as softball is everything now, as they move forward, what's going to be remembered is how you did it and who you did it with. So we're really proud of that, and the character that these represent. It means a lot, and we spend a lot of time talking about that as much, sometimes about softball.
And then, actually, for both of the players, whichever one of you wants to go first,
Grace.
the run you guys have had this year has been so good. The outside looking in, it's such a great run. I'm curious for you guys being in the middle of that, all the wins, all the records. Do you consciously realize what kind of run you guys have had this year? Or is it something, it may take a minute, but you look back and go, wow, we did that.
It's incredible. I mean, in the moment, you kind of just focus on one game at a time. So now looking back, it's a lot to be thankful and proud of. It's just an incredible feeling knowing that we did that.
Yeah, I mean, the same as what Grace said. And one of the pennies that we pride ourselves on is that, we don't look at the rankings, we don't look at stats or records or any of that. And so, we focus on what is right in front of us. And now to take a step back and to take a breath, I think in the next couple of days it will hit us we did that. That was this year. Next year they're going to have a run for their money.
I think you'd be hard pressed. We got interviewed a few times along the way, and a couple of the questions came up about how many we'd won in a row, and no one could answer it. And so I don't ever, it was ever talked about at practice, not about me anyway, not around me anyway, but most of the time no one knew. So I thought that was probably what they did best. They really just stay grounded in what was the next series or the next thing, and I think they did that as good as anyone. Is probably one of the big reasons why we made it this far.
Coach, just a question about how good about North Georgia battling them their back-to-back games. I mean, that felt like a championship series matchup, at least watching the two of you teams.
Gosh, it started with both teams had great fan travel. We're so proud of all the fans we had make it here with us and alumni that are here. It was electric. We talked about that a few times this year. There were some games that were electric, and that was one. What a tremendous program. Fierce competitors, and we knew that coming in. It's our first time to play them as a Division II program, but I thought the game had that feel to it. What a fun, that's why you come to Tyler to play. Hopefully, is to be in these games and feel what that was about. But I thought that from the crowd to the players, we had to make sure it didn't turn into pressure, but it sure was electric.
And then my last question, obviously, what do you want this experience, when you think back to this week for all three of you, what will you remember about this experience?
I'll start and then y'all can jump in. I think it's going to, like I said, I know we kind of repeated ourselves. It's going to, the moment this team, it instantly just goes back to where we started, and the different things that had the pieces that had to move around and the growth that needed to take place. And there's some pressure here, good pressure from our alumni and previous teams. In how you do things and how you carry success and how so we were trying to figure out how to handle all that, what the pieces were going to look like. So I'm going to reflect on how far they made it, the records that I've set, tremendous in our second year of Division II, and so and then the journey that they took us on was one, like you said, that they grew together and grew stronger, and then really taught the coaches and really had us adjusting and taught us a lot that the best way for this team to perform. And it takes a lot for old people to do different things, so they taught me a lot.
That's what I was going to say. It was the journey. Every year has been different for me personally, and this year has probably been one of the best years. And so just being able to make him do some things differently, that's
a lot to do.
Yeah, that's a lot. So that's really it. Just a journey for me.
Same for me. The people that came together and where we started and where we are now, just reflecting on that, this, like Tatum said, has been probably my favorite year so far, and it ended up being my last year. But this year has been amazing, and just the people that we got to go through the journey with, it's been great.
Thank you.
Thank you.